It's looking like Jimmy Kimmel's final year is here, but the mainstream media reporting it as anything but. Today we'll tell you why all signs point to the Kimmels being kicked off of Disney's air, and the end is very near. A farewell tour for Jimmy. Hello, folks. Hello and welcome. Welcome, one and all. Come on in. It's a great video today and a big win for all of you out there who are sick of the lies of Jimmy Kimmel. Today, we'll tell you what's really going on. It's a behind-the-scenes deep dive. Click the like button. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Remember, YouTube loves an engaged viewer, and you're just the kind of viewer to be engaged. The headlines are all declaring that Jimmy Kimmel has been extended. His contract goes on. He wins versus the Orange Man. We're here to take the wins out of that sale and tell you they're selling you a bill of no goods. Out of Deadline, here's the report. Jimmy Kimmel discusses new contract, challenges President Trump to a talent competition, which, if I recall correctly, the last time Jimmy did something like that with what's his name? The guy out of Texas. Guys, help me out. Ted Cruz. Yeah, challenged Ted Cruz to a basketball game. It was horse maybe. I don't know. One-on-one, whatever it was. Jimmy lost. This is Peter White out of Deadline. And get ready, folks, because we're about to tell you what's really going on. And if you thought that Jimmy Kimmel was a greasy car salesman, used car salesman, it's worse, okay? He's like the guy at the Roach Motel convincing you that you're just seeing things in the dead of night. Jimmy Kimmel will continue hosting his late-night ABC series for another year. Or, quote, until the world ends, whichever comes first. Oh, he's so funny. It emerged earlier today that Jimmy Kimmel Live was renewed through May 2027 after Kimmel extended his deal for a further deal. He joked on The Tonight Show that the last thing he wanted to do was to upset President Trump during this sensitive time, but he has news. Here's what the quote is, folks. I have one more bit of entertainment news to share. I have decided. Now, pay attention to this, okay? I'm going to explain what this is. I have decided, Jimmy Kimmel has decided, to extend my contract here at ABC for another year. Our show has been renewed until May of 2027. Now listen more, okay? I'll walk you through what all this means. Jimmy Kimmel says, quote, I was given a lot of thought and decided I would like to spend less time with my family. And so to our audience here and at home, I'm honored and humbled to be part of your routine, whether it's in bed at night or during your morning toilet time. Har, 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 har.
Well, look, after just hearing his wife talk, I'm in agreement with him. I support his decision.
So Jimmy Kimmel wants you to know that this was not a Disney decision. It's baked into the joke, but Jimmy Kimmel is trying to, this is the narrative they want to create. This was not a Disney decision. Oh, they love him. But Jimmy can only give him 1 year. Jimmy can only promise 1 year, okay? And baked into this is the family thing, okay? It's a joke. He reverses it. But what does he really want you to believe based on the joke? What do the writers want you to believe? Kimmel's giving up family time. He's willing to do it for 1 more year. He's willing to give you that, okay? It's not Disney, it's Kimmel.
One, family time. He works with his wife and goes home to his children every day, the way millions of other Americans do when they have a job where they don't work with their wife. So I don't,
Let me walk you through this on people. That's exactly right, though, Marvin. Rachel Raposis, back July 23rd, 2025. Trump claims that Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon will be ousted as host. He might be right about one of them. But to scroll down here, I need to show you all something. And Marvin did a fantastic job of helping me get this right as we were trying to put this together. It says, like Colbert, okay, second paragraph on the screen, like Colbert, Kimmel's current contract is set to expire at the end of the 25-26 television season. And while it could be extended, Kimmel 57 has teased for a while that his late-night career might be nearing its finish, with or without Trump's pressure. Quote, I think this is my final contract. I hate to even say it because everyone's laughing at me now. Each time I think that, and it turns out to be not the case. Oh, he thought Disney was going to let him go. Remember, the joke, though, is that he's the one. He gave him another year. He's willing to do that. Quote, I still have a little more than 2 years left on my contract, and that seems pretty good. That seems like enough. Kimmel's current 3-year contract was signed in September 2022. Ends at the end of this season. Now, the Walt Disney Company has signed Kimmel to a single additional year, okay? Ends in May. That Park Place covering this. Jimmy Kimmel renewed by ABC, but it's not the triumph the media is framing it as. Why is that, folks? What do you think a 1-year extension means? Ladies and gentlemen, usually these guys get signed to 3 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. This is a single year. Marvin, it puts him out of being retired at the exact same time as Stephen Colbert. It gives Jimmy what his heart and his wife crave. Second probably matters more. They want to go after Trump in the midterms before they're taken out. So I don't know if Jimmy begged. The other thing this does for Disney is it passes the buck.
I have a few theories about this. Number one is exactly what you said. They believe that they are he is Neo. He is the one in the war against, in the war for America's soul to free it from the Matrix. And he has to be there for the midterm elections. Otherwise they're doomed to fail without him. The second thing is they just dropped Jimmy Kimmel for a week and America and Hollywood lost its mind. They can't now drop him again. They have to at least renew him once, even if for a small period of time before cutting ties. Otherwise, what was it all for?
Well, let me introduce an idea that one of my chatters introduced to me yesterday when I was doing a live stream because the contract, happened during the day. I had to talk about it.
I prefer Munster.
Anyway, it's a terrible joke. That's why he's embarrassed and ran away. But let's introduce this idea. This is somebody else's problem. Iger's leaving. Jimmy becomes somebody else's problem. The next CEO is going to have to decide whether or not Jimmy gets to stick around any longer. It doesn't fall on Iger's shoulders.
Ooh, that's a good point. So that person is most likely going to be Josh D'Amaro, if not Dana Walden. Dana Walden is not going to cancel Jimmy Kimmel for anything other than clear financial reasons that have to be. I mean, they have to be blaring. That show will be a charity case for the Disney company under Dana Walden because all of those people just get along too well. They'll find something else to praise him with. And it sounds like, based off of other stories we've covered, that it will be political because it has Jimmy Kimmel and his wife, who runs his production company, there with him. Josh D'Amaro does not have the spine to fire Jimmy Kimmel. He's a smiley guy, and he knows how to play politically, so he's not going to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. So I think Kimmel is safe until all of the other late night shows are off the air.
Well, I'll tell you what I think about this, and you tell me if I'm wrong on it. I'm going to make a sports analogy on this so folks can understand, because I think this is the farewell tour. I think that Kimmel, that they had to re-sign him because if you don't re-sign him, all the news are going to say that Disney was terrified of Trump. And they can't have that. So they're going to do a 1-year extension. But a sports analogy. When you've got a young superstar and they're going to carry your franchise for years and years, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever, you sign them to 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Okay? What do you do when you got somebody who it's retirement time, but they kind of earned, for whatever reasons, they're going to stick around for a little bit longer? What do you do at the end of their career? You sign them to a 1-year extension.
Mm-hmm. And usually they're in the role of now mentoring the next person. So
that's right. But there's no next person this time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no next person. And frankly, Disney doesn't want him mentoring anybody. So what do? You don't want Jimmy Kimmel to retire at the same time as Stephen Colbert. Okay? For PR reasons, you don't want that to happen. So you give him a 1-year extension. And you say, we're going to let you have your farewell just like Stephen Colbert. Not going to replace you. Just a 1-year and out. I think that's what's happening. And I don't think it'll be Josh D'Amaro who fires Jimmy Kimmel. Listen, Bob Iger doesn't fire people either. It's going to be somebody underneath. And there may have been an agreement here. There may have been something, they said, listen, we're going to farewell tour you on this. But it's not going to get ugly. We want, I don't know how much they're paying him, but they may say, we're going to let you have the midterms. That's what you wanted, right? You want to make jokes about the midterms, and then you're going to go quietly, and we're going to sunset this thing. And that's what I think is happening here. I think literally this is the farewell tour of Jimmy Kimmel announced, but they can't say it the way that they should, or else the wokesters will pounce all over this and cry foul, and the trade agencies will be angry again and all of that.
But Pro, can I pose a question to you? What do you think will happen to Jimmy Kimmel if the midterms go the way of the Democrats? Like, let's say that the landscape changes, and then does that give him another couple years? Does he get to stay to the next election? Because his show has become so much more of his monologues have become so much more about politics than they should be.
Oh, it's just not. I mean, he's farther left than MSNBC. Ron, I think it comes down to ratings. I think it comes down to ratings. If he sees this massive resurgence again, listen, he's dropped down. They don't want to tell you about this. He's dropped down to where he was before the national tragedy. And where is that? Well, it's about 1/4, 1/5 of what Jay Leno and Letterman were pulling. This guy is down in the duster bin. So what they got to figure out is, if he has a massive resurgence in the midterms, do they want to try to replicate that for a presidential election? Does Disney want to be associated with that? I don't know. There might be a home for Kimmel on some far left channel out there, but I'm not sure Disney wants. I'm not sure Josh D'Amaro, who's probably the next CEO, wants to be attached to him.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. They Disney right now, they have public perception that they have to fix something like Zootopia 2, which, by the way, I looked at those numbers on Zootopia 2, very good international, not as good as you would think domestically. So, and I don't even know if those international numbers are correct because, they're coming from a particular place where they may not be reporting them accurately. So I don't think public perception of the Walt Disney Company is where they want it to be. Having attended Candlelight Processional last night, which is incredibly popular, and that's where the public, you look at something like Candlelight, you look at how much the public loves something like that, which kind of is the, and I'll use the Disney word, antithesis of the way the company has been in the last 4 years as a company. Disney needs to learn where their bread is buttered and make the moves to appeal to that demographic. And I don't think Jimmy Kimmel does that at all.
No, I really do believe, and Marvin, I'll let you wrap this one up since you helped me so much with the story this morning. Marvin, I think a 1-year extension is very unusual.
Yes.
They're at the very least, they don't have confidence if they give him a 1-year extension. And I think the play is going to be to say, well, Jimmy was done. Jimmy he's given so much.
Yep. They have, like I said, they have to renew him at least once to show that they are not pushing him out the door because they saw what happened, the way Hollywood reacted when they did push him out the door.
It's the agencies. It was the agencies. Let's be honest.
They are Hollywood. It's the agencies and all their clients. So yeah, this is a consolation prize. I don't think this happens without the situation that happened a few months ago where he got the 5-day paid vacation. I think that it's all performative. And then at the end of it, we will see the last of him, at least in this form. He will land somewhere else. He will end up doing something else that's annoying, whether he goes podcast, whether he goes to MS Now, who knows what he's going to do. All I can tell you is it will not be on my TV.
Nor many TVs out there if the ratings continue to do what they look like they're going to do. As ever, folks, we endeavor to have a good time here on the Pro Channel, and I have to say that spending time with you, talking about things that truly matter, like the stories that shape our lives and our culture, well, it is the ride of a lifetime to steal from Bob Iger. And that's the only thing we'll steal from Bob because he has great security around his yacht. Folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment right on down below. Let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear from you. And folks, worry not, for more content is still on the way. 3 or 4 times a day, let's do 4. I think that's better. And you know what? Don't forget that the Pro Show is live Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern. You can also join us for our Friends on That Park Place, our partner program. We have a good time there too. Folks, until the next time we get the opportunity to have a good time with you, keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.